Good afternoon, class of 2015, and welcome to your last high school event. Now, this is a very special moment for me, so small guys. Got it. First of all, I would like to thank my God, who has taken care of me through everything, my parents, my sister Jisoo, my teachers and school administrators, and my friends and the Blue Squad who have helped me get through the past few years of school. I would also like to thank the Blue Raider band over there for becoming my second family and teaching me to be a better leader and person through the past 3 years. For the past few weeks, I pondered on whom I'm thankful for to specifically name here. This got me thinking about all the different people who, whether they knew it or not, had been there for me, watching over me, challenging me, and caring about me. For example, there was a time when life was very difficult for me. As a naturally socially awkward person, I had a hard time making friends, and there would be days when no one would talk to me. This was also the time when I questioned my faith, and I questioned whether or not my reality was true. During this period, I felt as if I was stuck inside a dark tunnel, and at the end of the tunnel, there was one open little speck of light, which I felt I would never reach. Inside this tunnel, I felt like no one could reach me or help me out. I wanted to give up trying to reach that little patch of light, to stop living. Although the struggle was very real, I did survive it, and it was because I met God through that time and because my mother helped me. Although there was nothing physically that she could do, she listened to my struggles and gave me hope. Now that I look back on that time of my life, I realized that she was always watching over me, making sure that I was guided to the right place. We all go through such trials and tribulations where we feel like we are alone, tired, and afraid. In a world where the news focuses on the disasters and not on the happy endings, it is easy to focus too much on the darkness and not enough on the light that's guiding us. Throughout my experiences, I realized that there is always somewhere there for us. Psalm 121 verse 8 says, "The Lord will guard your coming out or your coming in from this time forward." It may be our parents and family who always think of us and are always there for us whenever we need help, even if they are not physically present. It may be our teachers who will always remember and care for us, becoming an extra set of parents. Or it may be our friends who are there to take every step of the journey with us. But there is always someone watching over you. Therefore, we must all see that inside the tunnel, all of us are slowly treading towards that light. And as we become independent adults, it is easy for most of us to think that independence means depending on only ourselves as we move forward. This, however, is not the case. As we move forward to college, the military, the workforce, or elsewhere, we must recognize that all of us have support groups who will always be there for us, that we are not alone. The isolation we feel is only present because we are too focused on our fear to realize that there are others around us in the same predicament. However, if we look around us and remember the help we have had on our journey, we will realize that all of us are in that tunnel, becoming beacons of light to help each other reach that end of our journey. And as other people are beacons of light for us, we must also give back and shine our lights to guide others on their paths. Just as others will always be there for you, you also have the obligation to be there for others, your family, friends, and your community. We must remember that other people go through dark periods and have dark hardships too. There is a Korean proverb that says, "원숭이도 나무에서 떨어진다," which means even monkeys fall from trees. With this in mind, we must be compassionate to one another, understanding their conflicts and be encouraging. If we do not first support our friends and family, how will others and those younger generations watching us remember to do so too? Even small actions like smiling at your waitress or telling your friends how much you love and appreciate them have the potential to make someone's day. Guys, I want you to turn around and see that tunnel behind you where you came from. And in it, ahead of you is the light where you will be leaving your last high school event towards. This tunnel that constricted us in the past will now be the tunnel of hope in our futures. Congratulations.